On this channel, we give advice on the things that you can do to improve your Amazon FBA business. If you've watched any of our other videos or you've joined any of our live calls, you'll know that I'm a pretty straight talking guy who's happy to share transparently what has worked and what hasn't. So in this video, let's talk about what products you could avoid. Let's be real, we've all found products that we thought were incredible leads at first glance, but after selling them, they've ended up traumatizing your account, your wallet, and your sanity. And to be fair, I actually get asked this quite a lot. What products should I avoid? When it comes to arbitrage sellers, I like to keep it simple. I always advise if it's profitable and it sells, sell it. On paper, that makes sense. If it looks good, send it in. The honest reality is that I don't actually follow that advice myself. Cowan, our team, follows that advice. He sees opportunity everywhere, but I've been burned many times and I do have a warning list that I figured I may as well tell you guys. At no point in this video am I saying the suggestions are always a no-go. You can sell them and they can work sometimes. I'm just advising what's burned us in the past and what could burn you if you try it. I know someone in the comments is going to say, well, Sean, actually, I sold those products and I made £1,200. Yeah, fair, I get it. I'm just saying what can go wrong. So this is just advice based on years of experience and the feedback from our community members. That's actually one of the best things about having a free Amazon FBA server with so many people, now over 1,000, who are willing to help, because you get so much shared wisdom and experience. But yeah, fair warning, as always, you take your own chances. If you want to give some of them a spuddle and see what cards you dealt, fair play, give it a go. Alright guys, if you're new to the channel, my name's Sean from Seller Smart, and we are on a mission to help people escape the 9 till 5 with Amazon FBA. We've all been there in jobs that we hate, that drain our souls, so the more people we can help make a full-time income from Amazon, the better. Everyone in the team here is a 6 or 7 figure Amazon FBA seller, so believe me when I say that we've been hurt by some of the things on this list. And not just hurt, assaulted, financially, emotionally, spiritually. I'm a really big fan of sharing the success and failures of a journey, because if I can help one person avoid the same mistakes I've made, then that's a win. Gotta turn negatives into positives. Whilst this video acts as a great guide, if you do want to work with us one-to-one and grow your Amazon FBA faster, click the link in the description and schedule a call with us. Especially if you're serious about scaling this business model and you want someone in your corner who's going to help you get through the battles that come with it. Right, let's crack on with this list. Strap in, because some of these might surprise you. First on the list today is one that I think you'd see on every person's list, and that's clothing. I've met sellers who absolutely smash it in other niches, but as soon as they try clothing, it turns into a Shakespearean tragedy. And the reason for that is obvious. Returns on Amazon are really challenging, but with clothing it's even worse. People essentially treat Amazon like ASOS, and it's complete chaos for sellers because they have to front the bill. Let's say as a seller you have an average return rate of between 2% and 5%. That's considered normal and nothing to worry about. If you get into clothing, the average return rate on Amazon is between 30 and 40%. You pay for that, by the way. With a return rate of 30 to 40%, and we're not just eventually exchanging hand-me-downs. That return rate is mental when you consider the cost, but you're essentially just funding Amazon's kindness policy. Amazon has the biggest marketplace in the world, and that is built on the trust of sellers with a great return policy. Great for customers. Amazon, of course, passes this cost on to you, even sometimes when it's obvious that the customer is scamming. I wish I was joking, but anyone who's worked in retail or has sold clothing before knows that humans are disgusting. Whilst there are steps to get your money back in these situations, most sellers just take the L because it's not worth the time invested to get that money back in the first place. Me personally, I'm petty and I always try and take what's fair. Number 2 on our list today is not a product, but it's an entire niche: beauty. I'm sure that one hits a lot of people. The cautionary tale with beauty in this context, I'm only going to be talking about arbitrage sellers, not private label or wholesale. Beauty is one of the largest niches in all of e-commerce, so it makes sense that it's a go-to for so many people and why it's so easy to find products that you can resell for a profit. This is actually where my warning about beauty comes from. One of the elements of our business is to recruit and hire virtual assistants for Amazon FBA sellers. So when I say we work with a lot of VAs, I mean it. Every single one of them flocks to beauty. It may as well be coded in their DNA at this point. So much so, in fact, that tons of sellers I know do not buy beauty products because of how competitive it actually is. That's not to say that there's no money to be made in it. It's just every single person is going for the same category. It's no wonder people say Amazon is dead. Generally speaking, if everyone is looking one way, it could be advantageous to look the other. Don't get me wrong, I've bought and sold loads of beauty products and they can work really well. This is just a caution about it. Beauty can be especially good if you find the right suppliers and do them via wholesale. Whenever I've talked about Quick Eater or I've bought from them directly, obviously that's all beauty products. So that's where I say it can be really good if you find great wholesale suppliers. But if you're a new seller watching this video, I just want you to be aware that if those beauty leads that you're finding are really easy to find, it's very likely that someone else is going to find them as well. We have a really great relationship with Quick Eater. They're a friend of the channel. So if you do go down the beauty route, you can click the link in the bio for Quick Eater and get €100 off your first order. Okay, number 3 on the list, headphones. Electronics in general can sometimes be a bit of a pain in the ass because some of them have extended return windows, but headphones in particular just attract a certain type of person. Headphones not only get returned all the time, but they get returned in unsellable, unusable conditions. The amount of times I've opened a headphone return and I've started to question my faith in humanity. You'll get them back and the boxes are torn to shreds, the cables are loose, there's gunk in the headsets. Customers are cheeky and unfortunately they get away with it on Amazon, so if you yourself as a consumer are buying headphones next time and you return them, just remember there's a person on the other end of that has to front that cost, not just Amazon. Watching you. Number 4 on the list is actually a rough story. This is one of those stories that still makes seasoned sellers shiver. Say that 3 times fast. I'm going to preface this story by saying any products that go in or on humans or pets. Now, if you're an arbitrage seller who's buying from major retailers, this probably doesn't affect you as much. But every now and again, people get caught up in a controversy unknowingly, and unfortunately, people or pets get hurt. Most experienced sellers out there will remember the horror story that was YouMove. Lots of sellers for many years had innocently been selling YouMove products on Amazon. Unfortunately, there was allegedly a fake Chinese supply going around that completely interrupted the supply chain. If you weren't selling during this time, seriously count your blessings. Unfortunately, because of the dodgy stock, it ended up leading to the death of someone's dog. Amazon's response to this controversy was to reimburse every single order of YouMove products for a long period of time. Not only was this experience terrible for the dog owner, but also all of the sellers who thought they were buying proper supply. Sellers I know had to have calls with Amazon whilst they conducted their investigation to try and map out how bad this problem was. The last update I had on this story was that anyone who provided a legitimate invoice was able to claw some money back, but at the time, sellers lost thousands and thousands of pounds. When I asked our community members what products were on their list of ones that they don't buy, supplements came up specifically because of this story. Anything that goes on or in humans or dogs can have inherent risk with it. One bad batch from a dodgy supplier can ruin your entire journey, so a lot of sellers don't take the gamble. Number 5 is the most frustrating one on the list for me because of the amount of potential these products had. And when I say potential, I mean the profits were unbelievable on some of them. This one is a bit of a list within a listception if you will. But before I tell you what they are, you need a little backstory on the SellerSmart law. The team and I at SellerSmart, when we started working together, cracked into an untapped niche, EU A2A. There was basically no competition and the software we developed was finding lead after lead after lead that no one else was finding. I'm talking 37 viable leads if you look at the list between 1 and 2 hours. One of the days of sourcing, I was actually able to spend 5k within about 20 minutes of using the software. Like all things, EU A2A isn't sunshine and rainbows, it has its problems, but I'm going to cover that entirely in a different video. For the purposes of this video, let's talk about the products that were the issues. Swimming pool or fish tank filters, hair shavers, electric toothbrushes. These products all had incredible potential because of their profits, but because of the asshats that were buying them, they were always returned completely soiled. I'm talking filters still dripping wet in the box, hair shavers with hair still in them, electric toothbrushes with I'm not even going to say what I've seen. It got to a point where we collectively agreed that enough was enough and we weren't going to buy these products anymore. Last but not least on this list, number 6, printers. I personally have done quite well selling printers in the past, but in our server, Sam and other members reported that this is on their list because of the extended return window. Customers have 2 years to return printers and you can guarantee that they're not going to return them sellable. You can do some refurbishments and flip them on eBay to try and break even, but it's a lot of work and a lot of hassle. I don't know about you, but I don't mind giving a little bit of TLC to a printer, but sometimes it's an exorcism and I don't have the time for that. You can probably tell by the theme of this video that returns are the root cause and the reason why we say proceed with caution with all these products. On my screen, you're going to see some of the other products the members in our community said to avoid. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you save even one headache from the products I mentioned in this video, that's a win. Some of you out there will be stuck in a phase of analysis paralysis where you haven't actually started yet because you're overthinking. If that is you, just start. Make your first sale, get a taste for it, and don't panic about making mistakes. It's part of the journey. Now, it goes without saying, but you can take our advice or you can try it for yourself. Some people just want to go balls to the wall and get everything, and that's fine. It might not be a disaster for you. I just want to reiterate that. Our team here at SellerSmart has a combined experience of over 10 years, and we spent over a year developing our course and our mentorship to make it as easy as possible for you guys to succeed with Amazon. In our mentorship, we have at least 3 systems that no one else talks about or maybe even knows about that we learned and developed through the School of Hard Knocks. Each of those systems in the mentorship easily pays for the mentorship itself. If you do want to work with us one-on-one to scale 10 times faster, don't forget to click the link in the description and schedule a call with us. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe. I know once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll truly be happy. Or maybe it will last 5 minutes and then I'll wonder how to get to 2,000. If you fancy a binge sesh, YouTube says you're going to like this video. If you have any questions or you need any help, just let us know in the comments and we'll see you in the next video.